Motherfucker just chillin'. Do your thing, girl. Do your thing. You don't know what you're talking about. I don't want your phone number. Hi, family. Greetings. I don't know why I like saying greetings like that. Y'all like my feathers? Feathers and banter. Hi, now. When I was growing up, my sister used to be like, "Yow, yow." Mama said, "What y'all doing?" Yeah. Just chilling like a motherfucker. Motherfucker just chilling. What are y'all doing? You hit the like on your way in. Gratitude. Hit the like as you come in. Hit the like as you come in. I don't feel like threatening folks and shit. Just hit the fucking like button. Girl, was it good? Was P Valley good? You was just about to take it down. Was you about to take it down, good? You thought it was date night? You said I look pretty early. Girl, I still look cured. I still look cured. Gratitude. No, it was date night with the spirit. Yeah. Yeah, it was date night with the spirit. Hey, Netta. What you doing, Netta? Um, yeah, I had a lot of people requesting that song. I saw somebody said that they listened to that. She said, it was one of the cousins. She said, Governess, I listened to this as well. Girl, no, you don't. Because I made it. No, you don't, girl. I made that song. It was 6 songs put together that I created out of travel songs. The songs of war. You just watching P Valley too? Was it good? hmm Maybe she recognized some of the music that I used or something. I don't know. P Valley, it was. Ooh, I'm a watch it. Why to Latoya? You just woke up. To my twice watching that playback. Yeah. Did that girl? Mm. Is that I'm not okay with how? What you mean? What happened, Netta? My nose running. Greetings, Charity. So, how they handle Diamond. I ain't seen it. The last episode I saw was when Big Teak took himself out. I've been trying to just let him build up so I can go in and just watch him. What's up, Rakia? How's everything? I really wish they wouldn't put just vegan cheese on stuff. It said You could see black hair when you blew the smoke. I just kept watching and cried. Spirit so real. Gratitude. I seen a lot of stuff. I was like, you said game time. And it definitely what the fuck was. People should just go on and go sit down. What up, Keisha Streeter? The lights. hmm Is it still open? I don't really know. My day was good. It took the lights out. You seen that shit? Right when we was getting ready to get started. Took the lights down. Took the lights down like a nigga trying to get a bitch. I'm telling you. I'm eating them vegan quesadilla. hmm I'm gonna watch the Sandman. What up, Carmen? How are ya? Okay. Can we talk about why the lady kept saying that wasn't her, and then tried to throw her daughter under the bus? Ma'am, the Get Day is coming to see you, ma'am. She cute, Cortia. Tony B. I said, look at that. What the heck? What's going on with the chat? There it goes, jumping. Chat is jumping up and down. Okay, it works. Is it working? Is it bite? Okay. This motherfucker didn't got on my nerves. Smith Booker. All of a sudden, okay. All of a sudden, we gonna talk about the live from earlier a minute ago, huh? My ears itching. But all of a sudden, mm, oh God, ooh, ooh, that was good. Oh, oh my God. mm, oh my God. And they clean too, see? Oh, it felt good. I'll tell you who got me walking on high. Okay, period. I forgot what the fuck I was saying. Yes. Anyway, so that's what I was saying. I really want to understand why this lady kept saying it wasn't her, and then tried to throw her daughter under the bears. What? What did she say? What did she change to, Maya? Sharon what, Maya? Knock it the fuck off. But how y'all know it's her? I don't know what the fuck they got to do with your energy. Oh, I see what you're saying. So she thought she could change her name, and, and it would be something different. It's still gonna come up under you. Can you please? Yeah. Listen, no, ma'am. Okay. I've never seen her name before. Ma J. Ma J says she's seen it in there before. But neither here nor there. I just want to know, like, who would want to fake being you? Oh, gratitude, Jose. Who you might gay boyfriend in my mind. You might gay boyfriend. So that's just what it is. um, like who Corbin. No, my brother. You got to get your own. uh, like, who is going to use her name, Deanna? Then she threw her daughter under the bus. You say you faithful to me, don't worry. Like, ma'am, no, you said that. You said your life is bad. Stand in it. What would be bad about it? Y'all gonna stop with the messiness and the threats. I mean, but I could not see the energy as I was starting. Okay, soon as I finished blessing my whole table, the motherfucking lights and shit went out. So we were waiting for the shit to come back on. I didn't realize that it had cut the service from the computer. So I'm trying to get back online. And when you are on your computer and you set it up, what's up, Mr. Kalir? And then you come to your phone, it's not like a StreamYard where you can add yourself and then take yourself out. It's not going to do that. It's just going to end it on that contraption. And then you can start anew on a different one. It was a lot happening, but I was not worried about it because I already knew that the spirit was at work. Let me tell you something. At 2 in the morning, hey, Mr. Fonzo, at 2 in the morning, when I get the text message that said it had a cool emoji and it said game time, bitch, I knew it was game time, bitch. Yehuda said, ain't nobody gonna do shit to you. I said, that was, first of all, that was sexy. Second of all, gratitude spirit. My body was glowing. I was ready. So when I got that message, um, I had already taken my medicine for my back because my fucking back has been acting up again. But you know what it is? That's because I didn't gain weight again. Hmm. Do y'all know at the beginning of that, that's Yehuda's real voice? That's not me. That's Yehuda. Do y'all remember when I was with Jamela and we was in a car and people was like, I was recording, I had on a yellow sweater. We had just left the chili dog place and I had did the reading for the lady in the chili dog place. And then her manager ran out to the car and was like, can I just talk to you for a minute? And I briefly did a reading for her and we pulled off, I had the braids. I miss it. I'm thinking about locking my hair back up, but anyway, Nikki J say, yep, okay. That's the day that people kept saying, is that a man's voice? What is that? You can hear him roar. And then he kept saying, I am Yehuda. I am Yehuda. And so I took that clip. And when I woke up this morning, well, this rising, I woke up at like 4 in the morning and I ate a strawberry and some grapes, but that's neither here nor there. And I kept trying to go back to sleep. And Yehuda said, nah, nah, nah. I want you to create this. And I was like, okay, I'll create it in a little bit. He said, no, no, no. I want you to get up and create it now. But I'm like, Maya's asleep. I don't want to be loud trying to do this. So he said, go to the bathroom. So I'm sitting in the bathroom on the toilet. It's one of my favorite places. In the bathroom, in the shitter. Even when I'm not using it, I just like to be in there. So I'm doing the sound All of a sudden you hear fucking Genome Baby crying. I said, what the fuck? So I had to end it and start it again. So I clipped that. I took some of that off where you could hear the fucking Genome Baby crying. And then I do some more. And then I come and I lay in the bed and he says, I want you to say some more. So now I'm trying to speak quietly, but I'm saying some more as I'm laying here. But now I'm clipping it. What's I saying? Yeah, I did. I said some more while I was laying here. And so now I'm finding different war and tribal songs and I'm mashing them together, putting them together, mixing the sounds. So I had to download the DJ mixer. And so there's 6 different tribal of war songs on there. And then when I put it together, I looped Yehuda on top of my voice. I put my voice as I'm speaking, and I'm speaking in the language that Yehuda gives me. And then I'm also speaking English. So then I clipped Yehuda on top, and where you can hear him say, I am Yehuda. So I kept looping that over and over and put it at the top. The way he had me do it and the way the shit just fell into place, I really liked it. Um, and so then I made the mashup of the different songs and putting them in, coming them in and out. And so then I put that on top of it. Okay, period, producer. And I put that on top of my voice. Now, let me tell you the trippy part. When it starts, Yehuda says, I am Yehuda. And then you can hear me saying, rise, ancestors, wake up, or whatever. Once the music starts playing, I say something else, but me listening back, I hear a fucking man's voice on top of my voice. There is a man's voice on top of my voice, not Yehuda. A man is saying what I'm saying. And then you hear my voice again. And I had to replay that shit a couple times. Like, this sound like a man's voice on top of my motherfucking voice. Like, it was a trip. Yep. So I was like, dang, that's dope. It kind of sounded like Yehuda Papa's voice. But soon as I do that and I bless my table of all my stuff, the lights and everything shuts down. So then I have to do it on my phone. And I kept saying, should I wait? And Yehuda was like, how do you know this is not what we wanted? And I said, oh, okay. So we're going to go on and do it on my phone. So then I didn't have the music because it just wouldn't load on my phone. I had to send it to my phone. So I just started doing it without the music. I still can't see the shit that's happening as I'm doing it. So then Maya come in with the music and I do it. It wasn't until I watched it back that I saw all of the energy, the faces. Maya sent me shit. Other people sent me shit. I never even seen it while I was doing it, but I could feel the energy. And they had already gave me some gestures to do, and they kept showing me the movement they wanted me to do. And I needed to incorporate it, and I did good. Gratitude, Maya. Um, because Yehuda kept saying, if it's game time, Katita, then it's game time. I said, okay, Yehuda, it's game time then. Your phone was going to. It was pretty good. I was watching it, and child, you your own worst critic. I look bigger in the fucking video than I look when I'm looking at myself and I'm in the mirror and I'm walking. But when I'm on this video, bitch, I look like I'm 300 pounds. I said, whose stomach is that? I was like, bitch, that ain't the way I really look in real life. I mean, I was looking heavy. I was looking like heavy, heavy. I was looking heavy, baby, yeah, yeah. I was looking so heavy on me. I'm still sexy. Okay, Big Dick Khalil. Now go sit down now. Big Dick Khalil. Oh, I forgot you got a woman, don't you? Oh, shit, I'm sorry. Fuck. No disrespect. No disrespect. Child, I was like, You say I'm tiny in person, but I didn't picked up some weight. I have picked up weight. I have, but I'm still not really that big the way I look on camera. I said, why would that bitch lie on me like that? What do I use on my curls? Okay, I don't mind telling you because I was looking at my hair. I said, bitch, your hair look good, and I wanna lock it up for real. I wanna lock it up just the way it is for real. But so I use a lot of body. I put the lot of body on it first. Okay. I'm not big at all. The camera was lying on me, Chaz. On all of the videos. um, no, for real. It's a little belly, but look. I don't even look that big, do I? The bitch be lying. It'll be gassy. I don't know. Maybe it's the gas. I don't know. Okay, Khalid. Listen, go sit your big dick down somewhere, Khalid, now. I ain't keep saying it. uh, I put the lot of body all over it and I lather it and I make sure it's moosey moosey, right? And then I take I don't really know the name of that gel. I don't know what that is. But I take my gel and I put it on top of that and I kind of let it sit for just a second. And then I take this and I do like this. That's what I do. Then I do my lip. Sometimes I just put the gel on it and let it sit. I'm like, okay, them babies look good. Sometimes I might swoop them. Yep. Mousse and gel. Okay, yes. He's saying a big. He's just been gifted in the breast. These, I mean, I mean. Eco Styler. That's what it is. It's the Eco Styler. Yup. Your tongue sponge all day. You took out. I want them. I want them. I'm gonna lock them up. I miss my hair. And I was like, what you cut your hair again for? You was getting braids and stuff. I was like, I know. But honestly, at that time, I was switching my curls up, my hair up, and I was changing the color. And I stopped showing myself for a while because people was looking for certain hairdos. But let me tell you something. All of that is really kind of done. You know, when I seen the text last night, first of all, I carry my gun in my purse. You know what I'm saying? But when I seen the text last night, and it would hurt my feelings to have to shoot somebody. It really would. But I would shoot your face off without a problem. I probably cry afterwards because, like, why would you make me do that to you? But I'll shoot your face off. Now, when I seen it, my stomach sunk because I was like, here we go. And then I got angry. And I was like, oh, Yehuda said you want to go to work? Because Yehuda told me the other day, because I was going to do some shit to a bitch. And Yehuda was like, you ain't even got to do that. All you got to do is speak it. And I would ask Maya, I said, Maya, what the fuck does that mean? All I got to do is speak it. You know? And what you say, Maya? Listen. Listen. Listen to it. He's damn. Look at it. Don't look at all my drinks. Leave my drinks alone. What did you say, Maya?
I was in the moment. I don't know.
Listen.
You don't remember? You can't give me a little push.
She said, I was like, maybe I should just leave it be. And Maya was like, nah, Basically, she was like, I probably should fuck somebody up. But she said, because I am who I am, I don't really have to do the work if I just say that it's so and use like whatever like intentions. Pretty much that's what she was saying. Is that right?
Um,
Look at this
I think it was. Hold on, I got it.
one. I almost just spit this coffee out.
I was saying how like, but you do give passes.
Mm-hmm.
You give people passes because you love people, um, and you don't want to see anybody hurting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you'll purposely take the brunt of whatever is being thrown at you, and you'll just internalize it. I mean, you talk to us about it, but I don't think you sit with yourself and just process how that made you feel. Because however you're feeling, whatever you decide to do as far as retaliation goes, it would be justified.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because see, I was gonna remember. I just needed a little push.
I don't remember what she
I
said.
I just needed a little push. But yeah, like it would be justified because you didn't attack anyone. You were attacked.
And didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't attack nobody. People keep fucking with me though. But if it's game time, then it's game time. And what I do know is if anybody was to ever approach me to do something, they would probably, like, say for example, they think, oh, there she go, and try to jump out their car. Shit like this would happen. It would be freak accidents. A car would come, but they wouldn't even see him. Boom, boom, on their way to me. Their whole car probably flipped the fuck over. You on your way with your gun to think you're gonna do something to me and you accidentally shoot yourself in the leg, almost blow your dick off. That kind of shit. And I'm confident in that. I ain't stupid, but I know who I work with. You ain't working with who I'm working with, you probably might as well sit down. You know? Because that's how I know when people fucking with me and talking about me, they get sick. Remember I say that? My own daughter got sick. And did. When me and her had that falling out, and I called her a few, just to like was it 2 days later, I called my daughter? 2 days later, I called my daughter just to see if she came to her senses. Yeah, we beautiful now. Her and I are beautiful now. But 2 days later, I called my daughter to see if she had got her mind right. My daughter was in the bed, off work. She said she had COVID and was fucked up. The spirit ain't playing no games. And that's all right with me. I asked them that they didn't take her life, and they told me they wouldn't, but she needed to understand. And we came to a great understanding. Maya's a witness to that. Maya was like, she ain't ready. We shouldn't have called her. I said I needed to see if she was ready. Spirit wanted me to see that she was laid up in that motherfucking bed. Oop, clear. I think you're trying to get some pussy. I think you're trying to get some of this here pussy, Claire. Ah, mean.
Clear. MJ for Black Magic is
Hey,
saying
Marcus
yes, ma'am.
Edwards, how are you, Marcus? Yeah, even my baby. Spirit ain't playing. I am Medina. Now I just gotta walk in it. I got to walk fully in it. And that's what Yehuda be telling me. Like tonight, he loved that shit. He loved that shit. Like him and listen, between him and Tetron, they love that shit. Marcus, call me Quatita. But they love that shit. They probably was over there fist pumping and shit. You know, Tetron probably was trying to flex. The Tetron is in love with Maya J. If didn't nobody else know that, he is in love with Maya J because she makes him feel different and makes him not want to kill everything for some reason. I don't know what the reason is, but he absolutely loves her. And she makes him not want to kill stuff, you know? Because who said what? You know? She made him smile. I had never seen him smile, you know? Gratitude, Shay Breezy. Um, he makes her not want to kill the whole plane. But I really want him to kill a lot of the plane. Yeah. But he makes her. She says that Baffindia. What did Baffindia? Oh shit. I can't. I can't with my J. Like, what did Baffindia say?
She said
She know
that.
this, don't she? She know what the fuck she said about the Tetron ads, right? Okay. What did she say about the Tetron?
um, basically that he, I don't know, whatever. I don't know. All I know is that I'm supposed to like teach him forgiveness or something because he has the potential to save humanity.
Mm-hmm.
But
He is the highest form of Baphomet.
okay,
Cause he wanna just come through and clean some shit.
yeah. So like, um, I'm important in this, in that. I guess
Might talking about some she important in
I
there.
can teach him.
Ain't that sweet?
And I'm just saying.
I love it. Come through.
I guess. I
Yes.
mean, you know.
Child. Y'all remember how he tried to check me? You better go sit your bald head self down somewhere into Tetron. But he loves Maya J.
Charmin T said, I was thinking of India and Baphomet vibes when he said she keeps it calm.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Because remember, there's a step up and a step down and a step down when it comes to the Grand Council. They've been having me say that recently.
I was going to ask you about that because
Yeah.
you said it the other day. You said one and then the other.
Yeah. The Grand Council and the High Council. And I just, it is all coming to a head. And I don't fully understand it all, but I don't know. You have to remember, like I said, there's step up and step downs. Now, let me tell you something what I learned. When did I tell y'all this? Today? About Nizinga?
Last night.
Okay, last night.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I learned because we don't speak about Nizinga very often. Nizinga is Yehuda's wife. And she's his wife not because, like, they're married, but because he covered her in death in some capacity. Just like Yosef is his father because he covered him in death in some capacity. And I think they use these words just for our form of understanding, right? Um, and just like Nzinga is Yosef, right? Which would be Yehuda's mom, okay? Um, who told you was delusional? And so they told me yesterday, they said we really need to be calling on Nizinga. Because Nizinga is like the respiratory. She's the nose, the mouth, the breath. Um, and it would be good to call upon her because she can stop the breath. I said, what? Okay. So she stops and brings forth the breath. Okay. Gratitude, Nizinga. She's a warrior in her own right. So, and there's still a lot of deities that we haven't gotten to know, you know? Like we know them, but we've never had a class on them. Like Skylingua and Skywita. And I learned about Skylingua and Skywita October when I was in Houston when a motherfucker thought they was gonna do something to me. Um, when Belly came through. By the way, Maya says, but Findia said Belly Belcon has the biggest penis she's ever seen. I don't know what that means, but she's even said that. Oh God, I was so embarrassed. She said, but Findia says that I said he was unattractive, but I was just talking about on the picture. Like I don't know what he really looks like. I'm talking about on the picture. It was just not a good picture, and the fact that they know that I said that was like,
He knows what you meant. I
mm,
feel like he knows what you meant. Because that wasn't a good picture.
yeah,
Because even Papa says with the Lama Dama statue, he says she has a bottom of the mound and
yes,
they made her not have one.
yeah.
He was like, she looks nothing like this.
They got her like homely with
Ain't
the
your mama.
basket. Ain't your mama? It's a disrespect, you know. Um, you know how I believe the Lama Dama looks? I believe she's very curvy and beautiful, and I feel like she has thick, really curly, like coarse, long hair. Um, very dark pigmented, but she's Latin, of the Latin descent. And I do like that because, you know, for us to understand, you know, I really believe that's how she looks. Um, and she's so sweet. Her energy is so sweet. But they love this shit. Marielite, I've not seen her physical face, but I've seen in my dream when they came and stole her energy. By the way, one of our cousins, and I won't mention her name, unless she's on here and be like, yeah, that's fine. But she sent me a text and she was like, her cousin, um, brother is in the military. If I think I'm saying this right. Is in the military, and her cousin overheard him talking to someone saying that the military or the government has a woman held. That's pretty much what the text said, right? Um, and she was like, I felt like I needed to tell you this. She said, I just feel like I should have told you before this, but I feel like I needed to tell you this, that the government is holding a lady, a woman. And she said she tried to get her friend to ask more questions, or her cousin to ask more questions or whatever. And she said that the gentleman said that he couldn't talk about it. He won't give no more information about it. He's not allowed to talk about it. And I was like, damn, I really want more information on that. But it's definitely validation on it. Uh-uh. So then when the live was over a little while ago, you know, about 2 hours ago, whatever, they send me and show me a screenshot of somebody in the chat named Dossie. Now, Dossie is the same person that keeps tagging me. And she shows me love. That's why it's so weird because even in the chat last night, I think she was showing me love. And then, excuse me, she tags me and she, you know, greetings and love to the governess. But then they showed me a text or a comment in the chat where she said, "Game over, Quatita, good night." And so it could be taken and mistaken the wrong way. But also, they said she was sending like bomb emojis, but that doesn't mean it was against me either. But I've texted her, sent her a message before and asked her why does she keep tagging me in all of her videos and using my name, but she never responded. And so even tonight I said, "Are you talking shit? You show me love, but then are you talking shit in my chat? I'm confused. Like, is there a problem? You know, because I'm just trying to figure it the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? I don't know. But I really feel like heads are gonna roll if people keep fucking with me. Well, Yehuda says so, and I heard you, Yehuda. Yehuda says they're gonna roll any. Oh, there you go. There you go. Why we gotta do that? Oh, Yehuda wants to talk to y'all. I don't. We want to talk about you. And greetings, by the way, Simeon. You sound look nice. Okay. Don't be. Oh, you trying to boost me up, ain't you? Because you want to talk to the people. You trying to smooth me. Damn it. You almost had me. Oh, man. That's funny. Wow, sis. You want to talk about you, man? Oh, your birthday. Okay. You said what y'all getting him for his birthday. And y'all know that this is just the day that he chose. This isn't the actual day because there wouldn't be an actual day. But this is the day he chose for his to celebrate his life. So it's August 15th. And so he said what y'all gonna get him for his birthday, what y'all gonna do for him for his birthday. He says somebody wants to create him something. I don't know if somebody's working on a painting and they're playing his song while they're doing that or something. It's something like that. He keeps showing me. Netaboo said whatever you want. V Dub says a cake. But he likes kale. He likes bananas. He likes strawberries and he likes strawberry cakes and cupcakes. Although he's never had it. Remember all of that? Some of y'all might not remember that because y'all might be new. But yeah, he says he never tasted it before, and so he had asked me to stop and get him one because he wanted to know what it tastes like. So that's why we honor him with that. But kale, he loves kale and bananas as well, so he takes those too. Water. Um, I try not to ever give the ancestor, the deities, anything that comes from animals. I don't give them anything that comes from animals. Why would you feed them themselves? They're the cuckoosas, you know. So I give them like vegetation and flowers. We have a lot of flowers over there. Yosef loves ginger beer, so I try to sometimes get him like ginger ale. So we went and got him a ginger ale. Baphomet and Baffindia, they love peaches. They love yellow, orange, and pink flowers. Um, Papa Candelo, of course, he loves red apples. He loves roses. The Lama Dama loves apples and bananas. Um, Santa, she loves lemons, lemon cakes. To Tetron, he loves plants, water, beautiful flowers. We just found out yesterday that he loves carnations, red carnations. He told me some anything flower really. Greetings to Tetron. What you doing on that side? Mm. Mm-hmm. He told me don't embarrass me, and I know what it means now. They don't always know what certain words mean. You know what I mean? And it'd be so funny. But they have all learned the word "don't embarrass me" from the Lama Dama, so they all keep using it. They said greetings to Tetron. He gonna say greetings, Maya J. Listen, the people on the contraption to Tetron said greetings. Oh, greetings. Child, stop harassing Maya.
It's okay. It's okay.
Look at her. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, he's happy that y'all even asked about him. We know you're a killing machine. He says he's a killing machine. We know. We When you gonna take out some of the genomes is what we trying to figure out. He told me as soon as Yehuda let me. Yehuda let him take out the genomes. All in due time with the plan. Listen, I don't know what the plan is, but they didn't got on my nerves. I understand. Mm-hmm. I understand. Well, okay. So look, okay. So what's the lady name that just died? Not Anne H, the other one, the black lady, the melanite. I was telling Maya, because we've been having this thing. Anytime a genome dies, passes away, a melanite passes away. Now, at first we were in assumption. Just hold on, Yehuda. We be living to give information. Yehuda keeps saying keep your eye on Jada Pinkett Smith's mom, Adrian. Uh, what's her name? Denise Dawes. Her. Oh shit, that's me at the bottom. um, and we was assuming like, cause we know they take their bodies, and body hopping, but like she's 64, they're not gonna body hop her, you know. They're eating their energy and they're using them to, in connection to, like help them to body hop, to take consciousness, like they're absorbing their fucking energy. They're using their energy. They're eating it. So anytime a genome passes, a melanite's gonna pass too. Watch. Keep paying attention to that. Keep paying attention. You said there's still a lot of souls to release, babies to be free. Did you using your energy help free souls? Are you asking me that? You asking me that question? Hey, Catalea. Because if you asking me that question, I'm gonna have to ask you, how many have you freed? You know, I'll answer it, but then you have to answer it right back. I'm doing my part. Yeah. Using our energy, not yours, Petita. You say yes, that's what I believe happened. Yes, freeing the souls, Prince, and all of that. Yeah, because I'm trying to understood. Okay, so am I still freeing them? I'm doing what I can to do that. But see, just as I was saying about my work is always interrupted, my work is always interrupted, you know. Um, but also, Yehuda, he tells me that I'm not in the spirit enough, meaning I'm not doing enough spirit activity, spirit work, spirit walking. Um, I don't have enough classes. Like he feels like I'm not doing enough, you know. So, no, I'm seeing it like that because that's how you said it, Yehuda. Tell me don't say it like that. No, I'm saying it like that because that's how you said it. And it's not being mean. That's how you said it. And I understand it. Because basically, he's not being mean when he says it, you know. And I definitely don't mean it like that, but that's how he said it, you know. but it was the fact that he said I gain more power when I do more spirit work. And I understand that, you know. So the more spirit work I do, the more powerful I become. The more I wake back up, rise back up to frequency. So that's cool. What? Yeah. Gotcha, gotcha. Gotcha, Miss Tanya. Yeah, he's being serious about that. And I understand it. I don't feel like he's being shady or, saying like, oh, you're not doing enough, you know. But he's saying, I'm not doing enough. And I understand that. I feel like maybe I could do more if I do it. Like, and I mean, sex. Do the sex. Because that's all the fuck I think about. I want to go on a fucking date. Hint, hint, Yehuda. He's talking about hint, hint, yeah, all right. Listen, my hair is tingly right now. Okay, let me not. Okay. Then again, I might be more. Listen, look at Khalil's hand.
Khalid, MJ, for Black Magic. Don't forget it.
You know, listen, he don't play. I'm just like, I feel like he thinks nobody is, and I don't want to say that, but that's the way he makes me feel sometimes. Cause there's some prospects, but I won't. You know what I was thinking about the other day, and I was telling Maya J. What if some of our deities are in physical form too? What if Yehuda's in physical form somewhere? Where is he? Cause I need him. Come and be with me. Be my boyfriend. I don't know, in physical form. But I just feel like I don't know. At this point, I don't know. It's scary as fuck. You know? I told Maya I just want to be sitting in a diner, like I could just see it, and we sitting at this table because I actually had a vision of it, but I could see it like we sitting at this like table, like bar, like diner kind of counter thing, but it's facing the window, and I keep hearing Yehuda say, "I'm in here, turn around," and I turn around and I see him. That would be just, I don't know why I see that, but
Okay. Was he fine in the dream? Because, okay,
yeah.
I was finna come with something.
What you gonna call it?
What if he was 4 feet 11 and balding, but he had a really
No,
great heart and beautiful eyes?
nah,
No? Okay. So,
nah. But that was description was the Hispanic David that you gave.
who is that?
The one I was trying to tell y'all about during Chadwick.
Oh,
That I was like at the
right.
ATM machine and that's all they kept letting
Mm-hmm.
me get out. And he told me some go talk about your little gal pal. It was not a gal. Shallow Hal once a gal.
Okay.
No, I want him to look like him and how he's. I mean, let me tell y'all something. That day that he was sparring, why am I whispering? I don't know. Oh God, that day he was sparring with Ace. Stop. Mm. He was sparring with Ace. The new people don't know. One day Huda was sparring with Ace. Ace used to be my security. and he just had on what looked like pants, like like karate like pants, and he didn't have on no shirt. And Yehuda looks like the depiction that I have on my phone that I had put up that's on my shirts. Where your Yehuda shirt? You got a Yehuda shirt in here?
No, but I have
You got the picture?
yeah.
Let me see the picture.
Okay.
He looks like this. Mm. But he wears his locks in a crown on top of his head when he's in human form. And when I say that, because sometimes he's a lion. He looks like a very tall, big lion with like a church choir robe on. That's what it looks. Child, let me show y'all this.
I have to take a better screenshot. You want to pull up? Let me do it.
No.
Okay.
And his locks are really long. Um, but he'll roll them up in a crown, and sometimes they be like something that be hanging down, one to be sticking up. He's really, really dark. He's very physically fit. He has a huge beard. He has a very straight and pointy nose, that's kind of wide, you know. Um, but his nose is a little bit wider than this. But this is how he looks to me. So when I seen this, I was like, Yehuda, you know, that's my guy. But his nose is wider. He has a broader nose, but it's pointy and straight just like that, But his hair, he has the locks like that, but he wears them all up in a crown. His eyes don't look like that, you know what I mean? Um, they're like green or something, like they're a green, um, like a hazel green, but more green. Um, Yehuda is absolutely fine, child. And he looked like his body looked like he was just glistening, you know. And he was sparring with him. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Don't think about him like that. I don't think about him like that because I love him to my soul, to my core, and it's so clean. You say inappropriate thoughts now. Thanks. I try not to think, but I know what I'm looking at, and he is a very very beautiful being. You know, you're welcome. Um, Even in lion form, like I see his face as a lion of what I feel like a lion looks like, but I don't really know in lion form what his face looks like. He never shows his lion face to me. Even when I had the dream of him and I said that he was walking me to safety in the dream, I tell you what though, he's tall as fuck as a lion. He's big. His mane is huge. Um, and his hand looked like a paw hand. I don't even know how to make that make sense, but it looked like a paw hand. So in the dream, like I said, I was asleep. I was in the bathroom first, scared, and it was something trying to get me. And then it was like I passed out. And when I came back to, he was walking me to safety. He had my hand up like this. And I woke up, like, looked around, and that's when I seen the buildings, and it was dark outside, and everything was like desolate. And I looked over because somebody had my hand. I looked, I saw the paw hand. He was walking fast. And I looked up, and he had on a light lavender like choir robe. That's why I keep saying it because that's the way it looked to me, like a choir robe, but it was trimmed in gold. Like the trimmings were gold, and all I could see was this huge mane. I never seen his face, and then I passed the fuck back out. Then I woke up. I drew the picture of him, but I knew he was a lion. So for years, and let me tell you something, and I still may have some in storage of my drawings. For years, y'all, like I would draw half man, half lion, half man, half lion, half man. I didn't know why the fuck I was drawing that. I just drew it for years. And I drew it just the way that picture looked with the broad nose, the way he looks to me. And when I found Yehuda, when he found me, after that dream, I started researching and I found him. And I had already got the tattoo on my leg. I didn't even know. It was a cover up, and I put a lion with a crown on, and of course, above it, it says fit for a king. And I had no idea about Yehuda at that time. So then when I learned about him, I never stopped loving him. I loved him ever since he walked me to safety in that dream. I don't know where we was going, but he had my back and I forever have his. If I ever felt like he didn't love me, like I would just wither and die. Mm-mm. A, a Juicy J beat, you better fucking beat it. I love Yehuda and it's Yehuda only. It's Adina first and Yehuda after that. And it's them only. I don't know about nobody else, but it's him for me. You know, in church when they say, "For what, Maya? You was in deep thought. What happened?"
Oh, you know my mind. I was thinking something you said a while ago about how he never shows you what his lion face looks like. Um,
But Papa always says he's beautiful.
right, but you know, because it's something we've never seen, it would probably be fearful to us
Mm-hmm.
because the only representation of what a lion looks like is
Ooh, it
is
makes
what
me shiver. I don't know if I can handle it.
right is what we see now. What if what if every animal
Kokusa.
what if every Kakusa because would these be considered Kakusa, the ones that we know of here on this plane? Would they be animal or would they be Kakusa? If we know that they tried to
He
create,
says they're hybrids.
that answers my question. Only reason why I said that is because if it's a hybrid, it has to be combined with another Kakusa. What if all of those, what if the original Kakusa are all hidden? It's not just Yehuda that is hidden, but seeing it would actually bring those memories. Seeing them
And
in that
understanding what they look
form,
like. Yeah.
because they were probably captured in that form.
Yeah.
So what if seeing them would trigger something in us, and that's why we don't see anything other than
Mm-hmm.
what we have in front of us?
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Because you always see them with them.
Mm-hmm.
You always see the genome with these hybrids. You never
Yeah.
see us with them.
Because they've instilled that fear in us that we're scared of lions. That's why when I had that other dream, remember y'all, this was like like a couple months ago when I told Yehuda that I wanted him to lay with me and I wanted to feel his fur on my face. It only took him 2 days to manifest that for me. And that's when I had the dream because sometimes the deities will come to my dream and they'll take me to the projects, which is where they, I don't want to say hide, but that's their like hideaway, their getaway spot. That's where they are cloaked. Um, and the girl took me inside of the apartment, right? And we were in there for a little minute, and all of a sudden, two lions came through the door. One male, one female. The female was lighter in color and complexion, her fur. She was like almost like a white lion, and he was like a regular colored lion. Um, and they came in walking side by side, like very stealth, like they were very proud. Like the pride they have was beautiful. And I was tripping because I was shook. I could feel it. I could feel it like in my sleep. I could feel it. I was shook. And so when they came through the door, I'm looking. Nobody else was shook. I out the fuck was shook. I'm like, oh fuck, this is two lions. And I'm watching them walk past. And I was standing there, I said, I got to lay down because this is crazy. So I went and laid down on the couch like this, like this. And the lion, I seen it come. I was so shook in my fucking sleep, yo. Jumped up and I thought for sure he was about to kill me and maul me and eat me. And something kept saying, don't be afraid. And all of a sudden, he did like this, and I could feel the fur on my face, and he plopped down. He was laid on top of me, and I could feel it. He was so heavy. I felt like I almost couldn't breathe, so I peeked my eye open, and his paws was up like this. He was on his back. And I scooted. I was so terrified. I just knew if I in the wrong move, he was gonna tear me to pieces. And I looked again, and that's when I could see the paw. And something said, "Go ahead and get up." And I got up, and they was like, "Don't be afraid." And he didn't move. And I got up, and a girl walked me out with the dreads. And she walked me out, and I thought she was flirting with me. Why I always think they flirting with me? And I'm like, dang, where's she going? Because she stepped back off the grassy knoll part. And she's like bidded me adieu, told me, have a great day. And she backed out and went back into the gate. And I was like, oh, wow. And that's the first time he came to me. And it only took 2 days. When I woke up, I called Maya J. I'm crying on the phone. It's ugly. She's crying. I'm crying. It took 2 days only for him to give me what I asked for and manifested it because I really meant that in my soul. I wanted him to lay with me and just let me feel him and feel his energy and his fur. I wanted to feel his fur. And he didn't come to me like the lion man that he is. He came to me like the lion that I recognized in my mental, you know. 2 days, that's all it took for him to give me what I wanted. That was amazing. That was amazing, Peyton. You know, I was crying the ugly cry. I was at D'Amico house that day too. But I've had several of couple. I don't want to be like over the top. I've had like three in total where I was with the deities. And I realized later that I was with the deities. And they were like regular people, but I recognized those were the deities too. And they're always in the projects. Um, and the one time I had got off the bus and I remember like, okay, I get back on the bus right here. It was the 15 bus. And then I had to think about it like 15, 5 and 1 and 6, okay? And so I came back outside. It had stopped raining or whatever to get back on the bus to go and get the rest of my stuff. And some guy was in the window and he had glasses on that were like Bengal tiger, like glasses. They were real big like this. And I could see him like he was cutting to my hair with, and he stopped. He was in a screen door, and he yelled over him. He said, "You don't even know where you are, do you?" And I thought he was flirting with me again. I was like, "What? What?" And he was like, "You don't even know where you at, do you?" And I was like, "I know where I'm at." And I was thinking to myself, like, why he say that? And well, until I woke up, like, oh, I'm with the deities. That's why he said you don't even know where you at. Because I sure the fuck didn't. I was with the deities, bro. In the mist. Why does this vibrate? Okay, that's enough. That's a fuck enough. That vibrated and shook me up. Look down. Like, what the fuck? I feel honored. You know that? I feel honored because they took me inside of their hideaway. They like to hide away in the fucking projects. And I believe the projects in which they have taken me, for some reason, I keep feeling like it's in Houston, Texas. And it's a black gate. They're like poles with the pointy top on them, the gates. That's how the gates look. And they're like brick projects. And I feel like and they've told me that that's like Atlantis, but it's hidden, you know, and it looks like projects. And we were all riding in this big SUV, I had been with them for like it was nighttime. We was in the truck, and that's when I said the police was behind us. And the one girl, she was walking in front of the car, and she was walking back and forth. She was like guiding us where to go. While we were driving, which I felt like Levy and Knight was driving, and I kept feeling like maybe that was Dio Knight in front because her and Levy and Knight got the way, whatever, I don't know. But there was two twins in the back. They were little chocolate babies with little froze. And I could see them, but it wasn't that I turned around and could see them, but I knew they were back there and I knew how they looked, which I understood to be Gaten and Gideon. The shit was so dope. And Levy Knight, he was kind of like a light skin, light caramel complexion, and he had on like a do rag, but he had hair. He was muscular. But he also never looked me in my face either. The only one I actually saw in the face was the chick with the dreads who walked me, and then the girl that was in the front of the car as well. Those are the only two, and they're very pretty. But they look like just young girls, you know what I'm saying? Look like they in their early 20s. Um, and she was like, shh, something about the police. And I was like, what she said? I said, how the fuck the police gonna hear us in this car? And he repeated, which I believe is Levy and Knight, repeated what she said. And I'm like, well, how the police go here? And then I seen the sirens. I'm like, the lights. I'm like, what the fuck? And that's when we turned into the projects. The shit is crazy. I would like to be with them often, all the time. Of course, I don't want to have to die to do that, but. I would like to be with them a lot. Let me say this to y'all, man. And it's from the bottom of my soul. And don't lie on them. Don't, don't get in your mind and be delusional about it. Get to fucking know them. All of the deities. They are so awesome. I cannot, I can't even think of another way to say that. Get to know them. Now, I would love to know Adina a little bit more. Um, and let me tell you the trippy part. Everyone else knows Adina better than, more than I won't say better, but I say more. Like when I did my reading with Jerry today, she said, Quatita, you're in my dream like 5 nights a week. She said at least 4 or 5 nights a week. She said, we're either walking and talking, and you're telling me something, and you told me about your son, and you said that he usually doesn't come down. Um, I know, Maya. But people dream of me often. They dream of the Adina me. Um, and they say she's sweet and she's very loving, you know. But people do, they dream of Adina me a lot. And so I would just ask that everybody get to know them on a personal level. He said, I've dreamed of you quite a few times. Yeah, gratitude. Gratitude, y'all, for saying so. But y'all know her better than I do, or gotten to see her more or whatever, you know. I'm kind of always out of the loop because when the deities come in, I'm gone, and they're talking to me, but I don't remember that. I have to literally watch it back and wait for Maya to tell me, or because Maya, she be knocked out because child, when Papa come through, he just he just drains the shit out of Maya. And I will wake up and forget what the fuck didn't happen. I'll sit up and like it's like I come back like, oh yeah, oh yeah, okay. And sometimes I look over and my ass will sit up. You good, Quatita? I be like, yeah, I'm just gonna get some water. And then Maya get up. This is usually the routine. She get up or she already got the trash can next to the bed. She get up and go get a wet towel and then just go lay back down. Like, huh? You need some water? Here you go. Would you like some ginger ale? I'd be like, that'll be great, Maya. That's great gratitude, man.
Got you back.
She pat my back. It's okay. This last time, child, I was fucked up. I thought I was gonna die. I ain't gonna lie. I just felt like I was on the brink of death. I could not function. Child, mine went and got some Florida water or oil or something, and she rubbed my back because I was on my stomach throwing up over the bed. I could not get up one more time. I could not. I had to pee boo boo. I was like, I'm gonna just shit on the bed because I don't know what the fuck. Maya did her thing on my back, and I immediately felt better. And she had Marshall bring some crackers and some ginger ale or 7 Up. And before Marshall even got here, after what Maya did, I felt better. I was like, Maya should did shit about an hour ago. Cause I was on the brink of death in this motherfucker. Like, dang, damn. I was like, this can't keep happening. We gotta find a different way to do this. Okay. And Maya just get on up like. Sometimes she'll even say she'll come out the bathroom with a towel. Let me tell you the funniest shit, bro. And this was not even a aesthetic. Last night, I didn't wake up at 4 in the morning, bro. I didn't go to sleep till almost 9 this morning. It is like 5 or 6 in the morning. Maya J sits straight up in her bed, just sitting on the edge of the bed. She never opens her fucking eyes. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? Like, why she ain't open up? This is some Toddy shit. Toddy wakes up. She refused to open up one of her eyes. She said if she do, she can't go back to sleep. So Maya's sitting there with her eyes closed. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? Why she ain't open her eyes? Maya's feeling for her AirPod and she's putting them back in the thing, putting it on the charger with her eyes closed, bro, and just lays back down, just boom. I said, what the fuck is going on, baby? I said, like, but I said, that is so Toddy. That is Toddy. She refused to open up her goddamn eyes. I said that was so funny, cause I'm watching her. I'm creating the music and shit. Like, what the fuck is she doing? You know, keep them closed. Don't let the light. I mean, man, I love the deities though, bro. Metatron and Baphomet. You know, when they first all started coming to me, again, what they said was they do not like that their energy has been used for evil and to, kill our own people. And that they had came to me 3 times. They had sent Baron Smetty to me 3 times and offered me millions. And every time he came to me, I told him he could not have my soul. He could not have my daughter's soul. He couldn't have nobody connected to me. I didn't know it was Baron. Um, it was testing. At that time, let me tell you something. I was living in the projects, living off of $97 a month. It would have been easy as fuck for me to take $1 million. I refused to. I refused it. I was a Bible thumper then, but I already knew that it wasn't Jesus, it was Yehuda, but I still didn't know Yehuda. You know what I mean? I was still in my discovery. Like this time, I was still like I would go to church here and there, and I was starting to ask questions that they fucking couldn't answer to me. Um, I was still in the period. If I needed something done, I was in between voodoo and walking around my house. I would walk around my living room 7 times to bring some shit down to make a change, like the wall of Jericho. You hear me? Um, but I would also do voodoo. I would use that kind of energy. I would use that magic, and that shit worked. You know, and I was just in discovery mode like a motherfucker. But I was always faithful to spirit and just wanting to be correct and loving and When I tell y'all the spirit has stair stepped me in a lot of ways, the spirit has stair stepped me. Like, for example, when I was, reading the Bible and I was going to just read this motherfucker. I'm like, I don't understand some of this shit. Like, this ain't making sense to me, you know, because I couldn't get past Genesis because I needed to know who the fuck was the rest of the people and why would Cain slew Abel. I could not answer that shit. I'm like, this ain't right. Something is wrong. And then this is what changed the game for me, bro. I kept hearing, no lie, my right hand to Yehuda, bro. What if the devil was really the God and the God was the devil? I said, what? Child, I need to get my Bible and pray on that because I don't know what the fuck that mean. I couldn't tell nobody that. And then when I discovered, it made a whole lot of fucking sense, bro. Because we are that. We are the devil. We are the 666. And I would never take anything. I had a work number that on my badge it said 666. I ran that shit right back to, excuse me. Um, uh, uh, uh. This say 666, ma'am. That is the devil. I will not. And she was so Jesus too. She was like, I know that's right, sister. Here, give me that. I'ma change that. Not knowing it was ourselves. That's how they teach you to hate yourself. You don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? And I started discovering that shit. And the more I would discover, the more I would research about the Illuminati, the more I would discover about Yehuda and the Spirit, and the more I would discover about myself. You got to, in order to discover you, you got to get to know the Spirit and the soul. You got to get to know them in order for you to get to know you. Because that I'm telling you. And you better be ready to know you. Because, baby, the more you get to know you, the more people you lose in your life. And I ain't talking about to death. I'm talking about these people gonna be gone from your fucking life. And the shit you do or used to do, you don't do no more for real. Because you start getting hungry and thirsty and you want to know and you want to discover more and you start reading more. And I've always been, a very knowledgeable, seeking person. And I'm like reading that Bible and I'm like, Yehuda started telling me, take notes. He was walking me through that shit like, hey, read that again. I read it like, he said, what did you see? What did you hear? What did you get? And I'm like, it don't make sense. He said, read it again. And that's how I discovered the contracts. And I said, he said, you got it. Let's go. Keep going. And I'm like, and he's like, I read all of Nahum and all these different books, Ruth. And I'm like, this shit, what the fuck? Laid at his feet. He's like, women are superior. Like, why would that be? And I'm like, damn. You start walking me through the shit. And I'm like, this is blowing my motherfucking mind. Because at one point, I remember falling on my face, like crying, like, I just want to get to know Jesus. You know, you know, that was the fuck me. And I'm writing shit down like, but this also is what fucked me up one day. I'm in the shower. This is before I really discovered Yehuda. I was still in Bible thumping mode. I'm in the shower. I hear it loud as fucking day. Because I was like, I'm done with smoking weed. I'm done with pornography. And I hear it loud as day. I was like, the devil, you can't have me, Satan. You you can't have me, Satan. And I swear to you, I heard it clear as day. Oh, if I go, the weed go, the porn goes. I said, what the fuck? Child. I was in the shower confused like hell. So I had went to one of my friends, my uncle's ex-girlfriend. She was heavily into church, but she's now one of my clients too sometimes. And She went to her sister who was like a pastor, and she was like, "Oh, he ain't supposed to be talking to you like that. The devil is talking to you like that. Oh no, he ain't." She started shouting in my ear and shit, and I was like, I don't know what that's gonna do, because he's not in there. You know what I mean? I was like, just trying to figure that shit out. Nothing ever made sense to me until I found Yehuda. And I'll never go back. You're never gonna put me back to sleep, bro. I'm gonna die behind this fight if that's what I must do. No. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you know it, you can't unknow it. You're accountable for what you know. You know, I don't know people. I don't know what the fuck people be thinking. Like, I said to myself, well, if it's game time, then it's game time. I said, if they come in Yehuda, then they need to use it. They ain't gonna do shit. I said, that's right. Listen, we at the restaurant. I said, that's right. Uh, he said something, and I said something back, and he said, no, don't, no, 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 you need to be cautious. But, because I think I said something like, I'm out here, out here. He's like, no. But ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you either. I was like, oh, okay. Well, shit. Mm, you know, this shit is real. Get to know them. And I try not to be territorial because I'm very territorial, especially about Yehuda. You know, but I don't own them. Well, well, I don't like the word own. I am Adina. I'm Quatita and I am Adina. I, I understand that, but I don't understand that. And I know what it means, but I don't know what it means, you know. I do know that they are my deities, but they're not my deities, you know. They're waiting for us to just rise to frequency. This has been a very long journey. Very exciting, very eye opening to even watch my kids. Let me tell you something. Tot, she's never been a real Jesus person. She ain't never been a real spiritual person. I went into my baby bathroom and she had fucking sage that she be burning and shit. She had her little crystals and stuff. I said, "This is your shit." She's like, "Yeah, ma." I could have cried. Like, pumpkin. Toddy has her altar set up, and she got Papa Candelo a bottle and his dusty glasses. Like, clean this. You have to clean it too. Can't just have dusty glasses down here. But she got her shit, her little altar set up. You know, she got Ganesh on there. She got money on there, her candles. And it was a little creepy thing, freaky thing. It ain't creepy, but freaky thing that kept happening. She got a Ganesh. Now, when you have your elephant, I was taught by Money, Carol, to turn to the butt to the door because it's supposed to bring money in. So I kept turning her fucking elephant around. Every time I go in her fucking room, it's turned back facing. I said, Toddy, why we gotta keep fighting about your elephant? Turn the butt back around because that's supposed to bring money in. She was like, what are you talking about? I said, every time I turn this around, why you keep turning back around? She said, I ain't touched that. I said, Toddy, this gold elephant. She said, I haven't turned that around, Mom. I ain't touched that. She said, I don't even touch my altar. I said, okay, then I won't touch it again. I won't touch it again, and I didn't. That fucked me up. We both was looking at each other like, like, see, let me leave your shit alone. Let me put this in there. Well, I don't know. Well, I was just hanging off the back of my head. It was just dangling like this. It was just dangling just like this. You can't sleep, Bridge. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I don't care what grandma you get, what mama you, nobody can do shade like Yehuda. Maya has witnessed it. His shade is unmatched. I was gonna get off, and he said, "So he said the Navy man," and I said, "Mm-hmm." He said, "I mean, now that you finished, now I can finally say what I was trying to say. Like, I'm talking about how your greatness is." He says the Navy has orders, and they're like different sectors of the military are blocking things off. The Navy is blocking things off. Now I said to y'all, the Squiplish already said that some of the Navy men have captured them. Um, excuse me. It's almost like we've been duped. Like they have set it up where it's like land, sea, and air. You know what I mean? In the military, like we've been duped in a sense. They have everything covered to where when they formulated their plan, they knew how they would sector this shit off. Talking about uncovering of the bodies, and I know we've talked about that before, but he says they're not talking about the bodies that they took out of the White House because they were children. And this is not something that's not done readily. This is something that's done often, but this was just the first time it was ever seen. And how it looks like one body, he's telling me it's actually two bodies that was in the body bags. They're like on top of each other, like between the legs to make it look like an adult. He's saying that the children are the party favors. I did tell them what you said about the impossible meat. Why was he so fucking shady? Listen, knock it off. He talking about something, yeah, because Quatita been eating babies. Because I was eating the impossible meat. You said don't eat the beyond, so I didn't eat the beyond. I know you kept saying that that was human every time I got it, but I don't know, Yehuda. I don't know. I was still eating it to my babies. No, what do I call it? I didn't know is what I call it, Yehuda. You did know because I told you. This is not an argument. Just say what you're gonna say, Yehuda. To my living for the love. Mm-hmm. For like 3 days, they've been meeting certain elites. It feels like 3 days and 3 days. Like I feel like for the last 3 days, and then for the next 3 days, there's like some sort of meetings that are going on. But I feel like this is a group and that's a group or something. They're meeting in Philadelphia. I don't know why, but he keeps saying Philly, Philadelphia. They're meeting in Philadelphia for some reason. I'm not sure on that. And then he says Prime Minister, and then he also shows me someone Asian. There's some very prominent big hotel chain that they're meeting in. All I know is he keeps showing me like the Asian one. Like I don't know if he's a prime minister. I don't know if that's what you call it, but he's showing me the Asian one, and he's showing me like prostitutes and stuff. But this the thing. He's like one of the only ones that don't kill them. You know, he genuinely likes the prostitutes. They have someone from like Haiti or Jamaica over there too with them. Like these are the big heads or something that's meeting there. Grove, Grove. Well, I know about Bohemian Grove, but that's the other meeting spot. 3 days, 3 days. He says they're schmoozing them, feeding their egos. I feel like the only one that's like not in attendance is like two of them are not in attendance because I feel like Putin is not in attendance, and I feel like there is like a Hispanic or Latin one that's not in attendance either. Like I feel like he is like political, but he's also there's a male and a female Latinos. They say she's more dangerous than he is. I don't understand that, but I'm gonna say that. Nice looking she is. Her hair is cut here. She keeps one side tucked behind her ear. Meeting rooms. Chesapeake Bay. The different conferences for like days, 3 days, 3 days. Like they're different conferences going. Some of this has to do with like money, um, shipping, shipments. They're schmoozing them, lining their pockets, giving them money. Um, I feel like some of them are being schmoozed so they can use the routes for the human trafficking and to get them to do certain things because they keep talking about the currency and making the one world currency. Like some of these people don't want to be up under it. They like being the dictators or the monarchs, or they love to be this. Like they don't want to combine it because they feel like it's gonna make them lose power or their control over how they do things culturally with their own country. Border control, border patrol, border patrol. They're building walls or something. Gates and walls. They're building them. And some that are in attendance there at this big hotel. Like this is big. This is fancy because it's almost like some sort of it's like a big fountain or some shit. Like when you first come in, you drive around the fountain. It's like a big fountain in front of this, whatever this is. It's a big fountain there. Gates. Facilitator. Oh, Gates is a facilitator of this. Understood. Okay. Dragons, demons, the vamps. You know, some of them work together, but some of them are lower ranking and they feel like disgusting, like they don't want to meet with them because they feel like they're not royal or they're not as high as they are. Philly, 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 Philly. Maya, did you look for that? A big hotel chain in Philly or Philadelphia that would have like some big fountain in front or something. It's some place in, I believe it's in Philly, that has the big fountain. Like they're doing stuff behind their backs right now while they're away too. Like we're being very dirty to some of them. And it's gonna end up probably biting us in the ass, especially fucking with Korea. I don't. I had that dream before the Garbage Pail Kids, and yes, the Garbage Pail Kids, the hybrids, they're coming. The Germans are here already. Philadelphia, I hear you. I don't know what. Philly, Philadelphia. Okay. Like they've been doing genetic testing on some of these beings. They're hybrids. And I feel like they've used like animals or pigs or something, reason why they look like that. And I've had a dream of that shit. And they're gonna come and they're gonna kill a few people. They're hybrids. Like they're trying to make us. They're trying to make the mutants. They can't make that. Those are the mutants. We are the supremes. There's none like us. hmm So the meetings that they are in for the last week and coming up, the ones that Bill Gates allegedly is facilitating, is about the variants and trying to get them on board on what the plan is and what he wants them to do. Genetic testing, genetic testing, hybrids, the Gates Foundation, cloning, master manipulator. He has his hand in a whole bunch of shit. What did you come across? The Four Seasons, allegedly Logan Square, the Benjamin Franklin Parkway and beyond. And this is in Philadelphia. That's the big fountain. Okay. Greater Philadelphia is open for business and welcoming visitors. Safety guidelines regarding COVID-19, proof of vaccination, mask wearing no longer required in Philadelphia. Individual businesses in Philadelphia and in the countryside may require. Okay. For some reason, Trump has gone rogue and they really want to kill him. And they're trying. But it feels like he is powerful in a different kind of way, or he's a made man or something. They really want to snuff him out. Because he went rogue. He went behind their backs on something. Oh, they have a fascination with the fucking mermaids, bro. So allegedly, the Gates, they're not divorcing. This was a strategic plan, to split the power and to keep the power in house. So like he'll take this sector, and she would be over this one. She, he, it. I feel like a lot of them, they keep saying Fauci was, I feel like Fauci was killed allegedly, and now his body is being hosted. Somebody sent me a listing that's extremely long of people that were supposedly assassinated or executed, I should say, by the tribunal. And some people are still awaiting, and that just let you know how many people have been overtaken with these others. It's like, I don't want to say no one is safe. I don't want to say that. But I feel like we told y'all that the rogue hybrid cops would be coming, and they are. I can't even explain this shit and make it make sense. Mm.
Get that aerial view.
That looks like an eye. What's confusing me is I'm trying to see where the hotel is. Because when I see it, it looks like the fountain is big, but it's like it's directly in front of the hotel, and you have to drive around it to the valet. Um, and I feel like they've sold out this like hotel or something, like the whole like top floor or something. It's like sold out. Oh, my head is starting to hurt. Um, Yehuda says between Prince Roger Nelson and Naya Rivera, they have put together what he calls the Dream Team, um, and they have like gone to war, and they are warring against this. Nipsey, I don't know who that is. Jordan. The original creator. I keep hearing the original creator of Jordash. Jordash. DoorDash. It's the original creator of one of those. The jeans. So that's Jordash. Okay. They said, do you understand how many things have been stolen? Spirit says they set a lot of things up. Damn near everything is set up. Like nothing is organic. Nothing happens by happenstance. Everything is not. Ooh, my head hurt. Hmm. My head hurts. He says the new show, the new movie show, The remake of A League of Their Own has a lot of codes in it, coding words. Pay attention even to the credits. There's coding in it. The decoders and the researchers need to pay attention. That's on our side. He's also said the coding, excuse me, like that was on the other day or yesterday or something. Snow White and the Huntsman. He says there's coding and that decoded. He says some things they put in our face and we'll look at it like the inside job, but there's other stuff where there's more codes and shit that we're not really looking at. He said, yeah, yeah, the stranger things and things like that. But what about like All Dogs Go to Heaven and the little cartoon movies and things like that? He says there's a lot of coding. There's messages too. I don't know if it's like commercials or like sitcoms, like because he's telling me like if you watch this episode or this season or this show, um, and you watch this one, like they'll kind of mash up and you'll see what the codes are. He keeps saying P Valley. He said codes, like genetic stuff is in there, um, coding to sleep you, things to put you to sleep, genetic decoding, genetic coding. Tell me what you mean, please, Yehuda. Okay. He says the whole show is designed and allegedly, is designed and coded to kill the mind, to put you back in the mental slavery. The language, the way they speak, it's all meant for you to feel like you can never get ahead. It's coding. Right. It's also for the young girls to idolize stripping, to make them want to be whores. That's the goal. To kill the Eve gene in there, the superior gene, to make them feel lesser than. He says Willie Lynch. Go ahead, Maya.
It's a minute from the hotel.
What? The fountain?
The Mama's room was underway, so it was built together.
Okay.
I'm trying to find pictures, but
That's a different one you're talking
it's
about?
the same one.
Okay.
It's literally 1 minute from the fountain and 1 minute from the hotel, which means
Okay.
it probably sits.
In the big, yeah.
It's on the same.
Okay. Understood.
But I'm trying to find pictures.
Like, even with Uncle Cliff, all of that is coding. Even with mother, like that's meant for you to never be making more, never make more, never be more. Allegedly. He says let's talk about some that are not so obvious. Oh my head. He says even when you're looking at living single, he says that's plenty of coding. It's meant for a black woman to feel like she could never marry, could never be good enough for a counterpart. It's mental slavery. He says this trash is what it is. He says that's your assignment, that's your homework. See what you can decode in some of these. He says BAPS. That's a pretty good movie. Plays on the ignorance to make black women feel like handouts can never be great enough to get it on your own. Everything they got was given to them when really, oh gosh, understood. Oh wow. It's to kill the Eve gene. Everything is designed to kill the Eve gene. He's also talking about, like, you know, homosexuals, gays, and not in a negative way, but like they're using it too to kill like family dynamics in some way. And because we have been looped so many times that yes, we're in different bodies. We've had different experiences. Not all things are lost when you're looped. Yes, Maya. What are you gonna say?
Just that they moved Mercy. He was on that land for
Mm-hmm.
30 years.
Mm-hmm.
It moved to the technology center, but they named it the Logan Hotel, which is owned by the Hilton.
Mm.
So it sits on it.
Mm.
I was trying to find
They keep saying good job, Maya. But there's something about like the different spots of I don't know what it's called, Yehuda. Greatness. Like that's where some of the bodies are under there.
historical.
They're hidden, like we talked about.
Yeah,
Historical. That's the
that's
word.
where it is.
It's on the historical land.
It's like right in the center of the city. Um, it says say hello to a completely unique take on Philadelphia experiences from our Logan Square Hotel. Feel the warmly inclusive vibe of our historic city and immerse yourself in the lively Philly spirit, all without ever leaving the building.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Um, he's showing me how they have. So this is not two separate hotels. These are one hotel, but they're separate. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. The city hall is there. Um,
Hmm.
Everything, the government buildings, they're all,
Together.
yeah.
Ah. For some reason, they're really working on the Asian. I don't know if he's the prime minister. I don't know what he's called. But this is what Yehuda says. He doesn't like children. He likes grown women. And they're really working on him. Because what can you offer him? What can you dupe him with? You know what I mean? I don't know what he's over. I just know he's like Asian. Um, I know he's a mean hard ass, but he doesn't like children. He likes grown women, but he likes a lot of grown women. He likes a lot of prostitutes. High class, allegedly. He says, why don't you all hear about who's over like Sweden and Turkey and who's over these places? Why don't you ever hear about them? You hear about England and different things like that. Why don't you hear about who's over them? Who's over Antarctica? I don't know. Why do you only hear about certain parts? I don't know. He says, what are they doing there? I don't know. He says Sweden, Norway, Dutch colonies. Hmm. Ireland. He keeps saying Ireland, Sweden, Ireland, Sweden, Turkey, Norway. Like, why don't you know who's over these places? Why don't you, know? He says, what's over there? He says, do you believe that the show Black Lightning is just a show? He says, if you believe that it's just a show, you're mistaken. He said, perhaps the Black Lightning facilities are over there. Druids. He says if you ever went to certain places or if you ever went to Antarctica, certain places, like you would not come back the same. And then he shows me the show um, Raising Dion. He says, do you believe these are all fallacies? They're not. Ugh, so much. Again, he asks, why don't you know who's over these places? Or are the countries that you know about the only countries and continents that you know about? He says, Africa is a continent. Why don't you know who's over the countries? Who's over the countries, Quatita? I don't know. Why don't you hear about the other countries? He says, do you know? He says, ask Maya. Maya, how many countries is in the continent of Africa? Please look. He says, who made the agreement to have them on their own continent? Who made that agreement? I don't know. He said, why don't you know these things? I don't know.
There are 54 countries in Africa.
He says, who's over them? He said, you only hear about Ghana, Senegal, Central, South, Congo. He says, there's so much going on. Ethiopia. He says, for 30 to 40 years, they made you feel like Ethiopia was the poorest when it's the richest.
Um,
Perhaps that's where Mansa Musa's buried.
so there's key findings about the land in Africa.
He says they keep us off of Ethiopian ground for a purpose. Please go ahead.
Only 13% of the total land of the countries studied in sub-Saharan Africa are owned or controlled by indigenous people and local communities.
He says, then why it's in America? He said, you're being fooled. You're being duped. Mm. He said, perhaps some of those are the tribes of Kakusas that still shapeshift. He says Dick Gregory had a lot of knowledge. He wasn't completely off. He says, by the way, he wasn't completely right either on some things. He said he was in the right state of information. Some things was off, some things he was dead on point. He says they killed him, by the way. Did you know that? I did not know that. How did he die? I'm sorry, so much information. Oh.
Congestive heart failure. It says a week prior to his death, he was hospitalized with a bacterial infection. His death date is coming up.
He said, oh, that's when they keep calling for that interview. Somebody just said, are we getting that interview? Who to really want me to make them assign something
It's
to them?
August 19th, which is next Friday.
What?
That's his death date.
August 19th?
Next Friday.
Oh, wow. He says strong as an ox. Oh, my stomach hurt right here.
Yeah, he was a vegan for like 50 years.
Yeah, he says strong as an ox, very healthy.
Strong
He
as an
says
ox.
like, uh, right. He says like a Sabi. Who is calling for Bobby Hemmett to come out or come out of hiding or come back out into the public? Or I don't know if Bobby Hemmett had a dream or he saw something in a vision. I don't know what that is.
IS, who owns most of the land in Africa, and it says, according to researchers, the richest 10% of the rural population control over 60% of land assets, while the poorest 50% own just over 3%.
Hmm. He said, do you know what that means? Katina said, no. He said that means that they're still being controlled. But there are some of the cultured lands or some of the indigenous people are still shapeshifters. He said, don't believe that it's only in the continent of Africa. There are indigenous transformers in a lot of places. He's talking about the Mayans. I don't know why. He talks about the Mayans a lot. Very smart people, he says. He says very small people, but very smart people. He says true Hindu, true Indian cultures have been mixed around and forced. It's a lot of information. He said he got to force feed it to me because I won't let him get it in sometimes when he needs to. I know my stomach is bloated, Yehuda. I have gas. I'm tired. Okay, I'm gonna listen. Yehuda says there are very special people all over the globe, and we don't know because we don't go to these places. Time is different in these places. He says we're out of balance. Time is not real, it doesn't exist. Anyway, he keeps talking about this indigenous people, but they look like Mexicans. They look like Mayans or something. There are a lot of them in the woods or forests.
The Mayan civilization developed in the area that today comprises southeastern Mexico, all of Guatemala and Belize, and the western portions of Honduras and El Salvador. It includes the northern lowlands of the Yucatan Peninsula and the highlands of the Sierra Madre, the Mexican state.
He says, what do they hide in there? I don't know. Why you keep asking those questions? Tell us what they hide in there, Yehuda. He said like the hybrid dragon thing that they had in a container on your contraption.
Oh, the thing that was locked.
Mm-hmm. He said, do you think that's the only thing, the only one? They're mixing genetic testing. They're mixing kakusas.
So they wanted to see what they look like, what they really look like. So are they going into these territories and just stealing?
They're killing some of these people, and we don't know it because we don't go there. They're slaughtering them, eating them, slaughtering them. They're going in as missionaries in some of these places. Some they have to take by force because going in as missionary, these people will kill them.
The Mayan developed a highly complex series of interlocking ritual calendars and employed mathematics that included one of the earliest known instances of explicit zero in human history as a part of their religion that practiced human sacrifice.
That's why he keeps showing me this one movie. He keeps showing me this one movie of these indigenous people and these genomes went out there and they put them genomes in fucking cages and was cooking and eating their asses.
The Mesoamerican area gave rise to a series of cultural developments that included complex societies, agriculture, cities, monumental architecture, writing, and calendrical systems. The set of traits shared by Mesoamerican cultures also included astronomical knowledge, blood and human sacrifice, and a cosmic vision that viewed the world as different into four divisions aligned with the cardinal directions, each with different attributes, and a three-way division of the world into the celestial realm, the earth, and the underworld.
He says those are the diagrams, Pythagorean theorem. He said that's the true education, and they'll never teach you that. He said that would be like a baby talking to a scholar in college. Mm. Green Inferno. Mm. I want to snatch these lashes off. Yeah, we talked about that before. Some people are new that you may not understand. So Yehuda wants me to reinform those people that are new about the movie The Green Mile. The Green Mile was about the original and real Buddha. Mm-hmm. Extraterrestrials are real, but not real, not in the sense of the capacity of what we know them to be and what we think. Interdimensional beings are more real than extraterrestrials. He's just spitting shit. Like, I mean, he's trying to get it out. He's talking about Bigfoot being a hybrid. They know exactly what a Bigfoot is. It is a hybrid of them trying to recreate Yosef with his genetic DNA mixed with a genome. That's disgusting. I can't hardly see. I'm about to go to bed. This is just way too much for me. I just thought he was gonna give us some little. He done just blew my mind with a whole bunch of shit. He says, "What? The most thing I want you to remember is that they're meeting. The meetings are important. The meetings are meeting about you all and your freedoms. If you all don't rise to power, you're gonna be sitting ducks. You're gonna be duped." He says we need to have meetings, but what good would the meetings do if you're not ready to start this? Because they've already started it. He says, what are you going to do? He says, you got to be ready. He says, you can't allow a few of your people to go out there and be slaughtered. Everybody has to be on one accord and ready. He says, you must remember they've been planning this longer than you have. He said, you got to be ready to take order, be in order, be uniformed, be strategic. I'm about to go to bed. I still got my aerials. Gratitude in the transmission. Anyway, I'm gonna go. This has been fun. And talk to y'all tomorrow. Love y'all.